Yo guys, 99 Yamaha Warrior here. I just want to talk about this whole Amanada Todd incident. A lot of people, even though she's already gone, just won't shut up about it and won't leave her alone. And this is really just a load of shit. She was like 12, 13 years old, which is around my age when she did this. And knowing girls, I'm sure all yous do, they like to, not even say they like attention, but they like to make friends, obviously, and apparently, I guess, she thought this would make this guy her friend. So, if you all watched the videos about her, you know what she did, and there was a photo about it, and about a year later, this guy, another guy who got a hold of this image of her, threatened her and told her to give him a live show, or he would send it to everyone. She ignored him and definitely regretted that. Not only was her life falling apart as this is going on, but this guy sent her photo all over the internet, and it's everywhere on the internet, Facebook, and she just started to get beat up by people, called names, harassed, everything you can think of in the books. And it got to the point where she tried to kill herself through bleach, then through cutting, then through ODing, and it just kept getting worse. And I was watching another guy's video. I can't remember his name on the top of my head, but I'm not going to say his full YouTube name, because I don't know, I just don't want to. But it starts off with Shiny, and he was just a total dick. I was at the end of the video, the guy was talking about sort of the same thing I'm doing, about how people with bullying causing these suicides and everything anymore. And, yeah, so it's kind of sad if you think about it. The Shiny guy said, in all caps, "Look at my videos and you'll see why Amanda deserved to die." And I just put a really long comment about that because it really pissed me off. I didn't think it was very appropriate for that. Because all these people just feel so sorry for her because she made one small mistake. Which, really, we all know what's going on in this world. There's stuff a lot worse than this. I should know about it, but it's out there with this P-Hub and all that. They're doing that on the internet. They have that all over. Nobody bullies them. Nobody bothers them. They all leave them alone. But why over this girl does this one little thing does she get led to suicide? Cutting herself and all this stuff. It's just pathetic. And what really set me off is I was looking at comments and just looking around at what people were saying about this. And some people won't quit. They already led her to death and they just don't care. So, really unfair. So, it's not really necessary for someone to make one small mistake like that and then have their whole life turned around and destroyed over so many years that they actually came to an end. I'm not sure how old Amanda was when she did this, but I could be wrong, but I think it's been about 5 years she was dealing with this. So it was really unnecessary. I mean, if anything happens, she tried everything. She moved towns, moved schools, just didn't go outside hardly at all other than for school. And people were still beating her up, harassing her, calling her names, making fun of her. Just all this cruel stuff that no human being should deserve to have happen to them. And I'm sure many have saw it. I've seen this video of her with the flashcards telling her story. And she really shouldn't have had to make that video. She should have just been handled by like her parents or something, yelled at, grounded, whatever normal consequence would be for this stuff. And then everything else should have went back to normal. She shouldn't have been bullied, harassed, beat up, made fun of. All this stuff should never happen. What I think would have been appropriate is just a small punishment and it's done from her parents. That was it. But some people just won't quit on her. Like when it was on Facebook about her drinking the bleach and burning her insides out and all that. And people were actually commenting about how she should drink it again and all this stuff. See if she does die that time. And if any of you are wondering how she died, unfortunately, she hung herself, but it's really unnecessary. Bullying in this world is a huge problem. In fact, I go to a private school, and we have the whole school do a stand up for life essay just to, like, focus on suicide and all that stuff and all this unfair things going around in our world. But it's really unnecessary. And I know, my channel's not very big. My biggest video is only like 12 views, so I know not a lot of people will watch this. They might because of what I'm going to make the title, but still. And I know I am going to get hate by some of these people, but you know what? Anybody's going to hate, just fuck you, back off, and put your tail in between your legs, because this girl did not deserve this. We all make mistakes, we all get punished for our mistakes, and we go back to our regular life. I have some mistakes I'm still hanging over my shoulder, but people don't bother me about it because they know I'm trying to fix it. She tried to fix it many times, but it just got sent all over the internet. And I just think this is truthfully unnecessary, unbelievable, it's just terrible. So bullying is a huge problem. People who bully probably think it's so cool that they can just push people around like that. And it's not fair for the people getting bullied because then they're scared to stand up. Personally, I don't get bullied as bad as most people. I mean, I get bullied decently. It's not much of bullying. It's just more cocky classmates. But I just tell them straight out, nobody cares. Just talk to yourself in the mirror. I just tell them to talk to themselves in the mirror because no one else cares. And I just ignore them. And if only she could have been able to do this, but it just followed her that bad that she couldn't do this. So it's really sad to think of it. You know, all you who are making fun of her, just sit and think. You're making fun of her, you're calling her names, you're pushing her around, you're doing all this stuff. Just sit there and think for 5 minutes. You caused her to bleach herself and kill herself. Just think about that. It's terrible. She was a teenager. So, I use kids. What if you had a brother or sister older than you had this problem, and you couldn't do anything about it because you're younger than them, and they did this to you? Just think about that, because it's really unnecessary. And I have a little brother and little sister, and I really just hope this doesn't happen to them. Luckily, I'm bigger, so if something does happen to them, I can straighten it out before it gets out of hand, because obviously, they're both a lot younger. Well, not too much younger than me. My sister's a lot younger than me, 7 years younger than me, so I can take care of anything around that. Yeah, this is mainly one of the main reasons why parents are so protective with girls. Because one little thing, I mean, it's with boys too, but mainly girls are protective. Because, I mean, I'm not a pig like those guys, because I honestly, when I have a girlfriend, I don't do that stuff. I just, like, talk to her and hang out with her and talk on the phone and all that stuff. It's just this regular relationship. And if you read her story, you'll see there was a guy who just wanted her because he found out about this photo and he wanted in depth with it, I guess I could say. And then the whole school beat her up about that when she found out what he wanted. And I think it was truly just unreal that this guy, teenager, was trying to do this. And our whole world anymore, high school, is just getting terrible. Like a 16-year-old around where I live, just down the street from where I live, actually, down the highway, I should say. He got in an accident, DUI, and he was only 16 years old. And it's really bad. And people in high school, they're stoners, drinkers, all that stuff. Mainly because A, they think it's cool, and B, they're trying to get rid of their problems. Maybe high schoolers wouldn't be so bad, and everything would be safer if these bullies would just leave kids alone and let them with their regular life and just forget about it. Because if you think about it, when you're bullying, all you're really doing is getting yourself in trouble, making yourself look like a total ass in front of everyone. Why would you want to do that, is what I really want to know. Anyway, if you agree that Amanada Todd should not have had this happen to her, if you do think this should happen to her, I can give two shits less about you, and I just hope you go die in a well, because it's really unfair for a human being to feel all this over one small mistake. Well, I'm running out of time and I don't want to cut anything off, so I'll see you later.